Okay, so great. So one of the things we're gonna talk about today is package management. What do we mean by package management in Linux or Ubuntu? And after like talking about it for a bit, we're gonna see a real use case, how we can do a real use case. Like we're gonna host something that it's called a LAMP stack, LAMP, which is Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So we're gonna learn that today using package management in Linux. Okay, so welcome guys to day 5. And welcome to day 5. Here's our package that we need to manage today, hopefully. So today we're gonna give a small introduction to package management and we're gonna talk about the key concepts. Also, we're gonna see one of the most popular package managers. We have APT for Debian-based, DNF, Yum, Zyper, and Pacman. We're gonna talk a little bit about APT or the advanced package tool because this is what we're gonna work on. And also we're gonna, as we said, we're gonna see a real world application like the LAMP stack we have talked about earlier. Okay, so we're gonna give a brief introduction to Package Manager. I don't like reading uh, these lines. I'm just gonna say it like, what does a package manager mean? So a package manager is simply a command that you use to install or update or remove any kind of software you need. So they made it possible and in a standard way, so everyone can just use one command to do so. So this is the package manager. Okay. Also, this is our it is one of the tasks for the system admin. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow about the tasks of system admins. So key concepts or a few things we need to understand is the repositories, dependencies, packages, and metadata. So first thing, we're gonna start with the repository. It's a place where you store softwares, code, like GitHub or Git. To be specific more, it's GitHub. So GitHub stores your repositories, and if we remember in day 1, uh, we took a look on the source code of Linux. Packages are bundled software applications or libraries. Maybe they come in a compressed or archive formats. And we have saw a few packages that we have installed, like the Vim package or the calendar package when we started. Also dependencies. Dependencies are things that are required for a package to work. So this software depends on something. Uh, like I can't remember any dependency right now, but it's just another package that is required for software to work. And metadata is information. It's what we call it, the data about the data. So it describes information, it gives version numbers and descriptions for a specific software or a package. Okay, so before we start a popular package manager, does anyone have any kind of question till now? Like, did we understand what is a package management or why do we need it before we go into package management? Okay, seems like everything is all right. So one of there are 5 popular package managers that we use. So let it load for a bit. Okay. So one of the most famous and well known are APT and Yum. So APT is advanced package tool. It's used with Debian-based and Debian distributions like Ubuntu, and this is what we're going to use today. DNF, or Identified Yum. It's used by recent distributions of Fedora, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, REHL, and CentOS. So DNF is used for recent distributions because, as you see here, that Yum, or Yellow Dog Updater Modified, is used for older versions of Fedora and Red Hat and CentOS. So you need to look at which type of version you're working on. It's either DNF or Yum. Zyper is used for SUSE and OpenSUSE distributions. We're not going to use that. Or the Yum, we're going to use APT to be specific. And Pacman is for Arch, Linux, and its distributions. So also, they're all the same. So if you want to update something, you're just going to use, instead of APT, you're going to use Yum or Zyper or Pacman. Okay, so the functions of package management are 5. It's either you install, upgrade, or remove. Install by installing software. It's either by fetching packages from repositories or resolving dependencies. Upgrading is keeping user system up to date by upgrading packages to the latest version. And removal is safer. Associated files. So today we're going to be doing these 3. And we're using the real world application. We're going to install our LAMP stack. Then we're going to upgrade it. And after we finish our work, we're going to see how to remove our packages and everything associated with it. Okay, so also dependency resolution is kind of with installation part. So either it automatically identifies and install any dependency required by a package. Maybe we can like understand. Okay, maybe like when you want to install a PHP, and we're gonna see that PHP is a back-end programming language. Maybe there is a certain library of PHP that has to be installed also, so PHP can work. So typically PHP is a backend server, backend programming language is used on the server side. So for PHP to work, you need a server to host this code, so it can work typically. Also, repository management, it's either they add or remove repositories to expand the range of available softwares. And we're gonna see that. Okay, so we have said that we are using APT for Debian based because Ubuntu is Debian based. And one of the key commands that we're gonna use is apt get update or upgrade or install or remove. There's also purge. We can use purge instead of remove. I think purge is to forcefully remove a package and all its dependencies. So let's try the Figlet package. I'm gonna try this on my, let's share my Ubuntu screen. Okay. So if I write in the terminal Figlet, it's not gonna work. So let me clear my screen. Okay, so if I write Figlet, it's not gonna work. It's gonna give me command not found. Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna give me a few things. Either we can install it or snap it or anything. I think if we wrote, yes, apt cache Figlet, search Figlet, yes, sorry, search Figlet, it's gonna give us a few informations on what is Figlet. So it's gonna search. Okay, yeah. So those are the functionalities of Figlet software. It's called Figlet. So let's install it. Let's say sudo apt get Figlet, get install Figlet. Okay, it's gonna ask for a password. Okay, unable, require. It's another process. Okay, let's try sudo apt install Figlet. Apparently, it's kind of held by process 224. It's fine. If we couldn't install the Figlet, we're gonna install Apache. So it's let's try Cowsay. So let's stop this and clear. So maybe sudo apt install Cowsay. Let's try this. Yeah, also locked. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna install the Apache server anyway. Yeah, I did that. It's not gonna install it. So sudo apt get install Figlet. It's also gonna give me I've tried it. Sudo apt get install Figlet. It's gonna give me could not because it's held by process unaudited upgrade. Okay, after reading the error, I think the problem is we have to upgrade the system, and I don't want to like burn I don't I don't want to burn what's coming. So we have the Figlet package and the Cowsay package. I'm gonna share my window right now. And I don't want to burn. So also there is Cowsay, and then I'm gonna go back to these. So let's check our real world application and use cases. So we're gonna be connecting today an Apache web server with MySQL database using an Ubuntu terminal. So does anyone have any kind of idea about Apache web server or MySQL database? Like, do you have any prior knowledge? What is an Apache server? Yes, Ahmed.
Apache server, the name of, we can say Tomcat, actually. Another name is Tomcat. It's an open source framework for Java. Not only for Java, but mainly Java did this or made it, let's say. So it's a server you deploy your applications on it. But we have also Nginx, another one.
Nginx.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We also have Nginx. It's also a web server, but Nginx is more than just web. Nginx also can serve as a load balancer. We're gonna take that maybe when we start cloud. We're gonna talk a little bit about Nginx. I love Nginx. To deal with. So for me, it's a personal experience. As Ahmed said, Apache server are one of Apache's products. So Apache have a lot of open source products like Kafka, Apache Tomcat. Let me try and remember. There's a lot of actually Apache products that are open source and enterprises use. So let me write in the comment Apache server works on typically HTTP protocol. So if you're working on a virtual machine, try and make sure that the HTTP protocol is open. And if we go back to our virtual machine, before we start, we can write ping google.com and see that if if we can ping to google.com or anything else, we can see that there are files being sent to Google, and we can see that our uh, here we can see that are connected to the internet. So 13 received, 0 packet loss, which is great. 0 packet loss means that we are connected to the internet. Um, as we said, HTTP protocol or HTTPS, which is the secure HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, is an internet protocol. It's used mostly for communications and stuff. So this is, by the way, the pinggoogle.com. I don't know if I'm sharing this. Yes. So this is pinggoogle.com. It was pinging Google. And here we have seen the statistics that we have 13 received and 0 packet loss, which means that we are connected to the internet. So we can start by this. Okay, so first, before we start the installation of packages and all that stuff, we have to know that our virtual machine is up to date. So the command for making sure that our virtual machine is up to date is sudo apt update or get update. It's kind of the same. So it's checking if our virtual machine is updating. Okay, fetched. Okay, I think it should be finished now, and I think maybe after updating, if we tried and installing Figlet, I think it's gonna install Figlet. So let's try and install Figlet by using, because the error that it gave me, it says that I think it's an old version of Ubuntu. So let's try by updating. Okay. Let's just wait a little bit. I'm really impatient. Okay. So until it downloads, let me explain this slide a little bit. We can either install um, one package in another, or we can install them all together. Can you type the command you enter? Of course, sudo apt update or sudo, sorry, apt get update. Both work. Okay, so as we said, while using the Ubuntu terminal, you have the flexibility to do whatever you like. So either you say sudo apt install Apache, MySQL Server, and my PHP, or you can install each one alone. I'm going to be installing each one alone. I'm not going to install them all together. I think it's much better. So here it's still reading the package list on my virtual machine, which is fine. Yeah. Then you can also put an option -y, and I'm gonna show you. -y is for yes. So sometimes software asks you if you want to continue this process. You can continue this process by putting -y. Yes. Yeah, it works. Sudo apt update and full upgrade. Yeah, this is to upgrade and update at the same time. Yeah, okay. So here we can see that. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we can see that 300 and can be upgraded. So we can also list the things we can upgrade. Let's try and install. So sudo apt install figlet. Maybe it's gonna install, maybe not. Yeah, it's not gonna install still. It's fine. Sudo apt get, wait, sudo apt upgrade. Is it gonna work? Yeah. So there's some type of lock on my virtual machine. I'm gonna check that out later. Okay. So after we have updated our virtual machine, we're gonna install our Apache server. So we said sudo apt. apt is our package manager. It's advanced package tool. So sudo apt install Apache 2. It's gonna start install. Why is it locking? Waiting for cache lock. It's weird. Okay, top. What is process 2? Let me check what is the process that is telling me about. apt check. Sudo install apt get install Apache 2. Okay, that is weird. I think I'm having a problem with my virtual machine. But that's 225, so it's 2224. 224, so top 224. So root unattended upgrade. Where have you gone? Okay, this is the process. If I killed it, I'm afraid I can't kill it, but if I killed it, I think I'm gonna break my. So let's try kill sudo kill 224. Did anyone try to say something? I'm sorry, I did not hear. Did anyone say something? apt list. Let's try upgradable. Okay, let's try the command that Amin has gave us. So we're gonna have this. Maybe it's gonna work. Let's hopefully see. Okay, let's hope it does. A few problems. I love solving problems like these, but it's fine. It's happened. Okay, so Let's find a whiteboard so we can draw and use. It's in progress. Okay. So what you gotta do till the whiteboard opens. I need a pen. Okay. So we're gonna start by okay. So we're gonna start by building our server, which is an Apache server. Then we're gonna connect it to another database. I'm sorry for my very bad drawing, which is SQL. Ah, okay. So when we connect these two, so this is the front end, and this is the back end. This is the little about web development, and the way we connect these two is using a PHP backend language. I hope it's clear. So Apache uses HTTP. Oh, I'm trying to write it so hard. Okay, so Apache uses HTTP protocol or Internet Protocol, and this is what we're gonna do today, hopefully, if our virtual machines decided to do so. Yeah. Well, I think I have a lot to upgrade. Is anyone having any kind of problem like me, or I'm just the one who's unfortunate enough to have these problems? Okay. Did you could you install the Apache server by, can you please stay on the diagram? Yeah, sure, of course. Here you go. Okay. So the command for installing an Apache server is sudo apt install Apache 2. And for Linux-based like CentOS and Red Hat and Fedora is sudo yum sudo yum install httpd. This command httpd is also Apache. It's the same. Oh wow, still 20%. I mean, you gave us the full package, I guess. I'm not sad though. Maybe it's gonna work without any kind of problems. Okay, so let's I guess let's take a look on a command even more. Called the full upgrade. No, I do agree. Okay. It's doing a full upgrade. It's doing a good job, I guess. So first thing we're gonna install Apache, MySQL server, and the PHP server. And here's the explanation for it. Then we're gonna secure our MySQL installation. So sorry. So a MySQL have a lot of security requirements. For now, we're gonna enable them all. We're gonna like remove secure defaults, and we're gonna like be working on something that will not give us a headache. But this is when you're working on a real database, you should be careful while you're doing this kind of configuration. After we secure and install MySQL, we're gonna look at the database and user. You're gonna enter a password. So sudo MySQL minus u root minus p. It's gonna give me a password, and we're gonna enter it. We're gonna enter the password. Sorry. So this is MySQL script. This is how you write in databases. It's different than writing in Linux Linux script. So when you want to create a database, you just write create database, and wanna create a user, we can do that. We can grant all privileges to user and local host, and then flush privileges. Flush privileges give us the reloads the privilege table, and then we can exit. Also, we're gonna take a look at this, but var www html, this is the Apache path. So we're gonna put the PHP script inside of Apache's path. Let's see. Did it complete its installation? Yeah, I killed 224. I'm gonna do this again. Yum. I can't use Yum, Ahmed, because Yum is for it's not for Ubuntu, it's for Red Hat and other distributions. So let's try. Okay. Well, the good thing it's still updating. It's at 43%. Let me show you. Let me share my entire screen. Well, yeah, exactly. I did put sudo apt install. The problem is my virtual machine is still not upgraded, so it's kind of it works if your virtual machine is upgraded and up to date. And this is what I have put uh, in the first command. So sudo apt update. Please make sure your virtual machine is updated, not like me. So I'll just stay on the virtual machine until it finishes. Well, this is taking too long, but it's fine. No, no, Lex, that's totally fine. I think it's telling me that I have to. There were 334 packages that needed upgrade, so I think I'm gonna do it. Upgrade. So there's like 300 packages that needed to be upgraded, so that's fine. I think when I've been trying to do my own server, and then I deleted it. I deleted all the upgrades. That's fine. So let's check Cortex. I think it's making good progress, maybe. If I tried it on Amazon EC2 instance, uh would it do that? Would you like to see me try it on AWS? Okay, let me try and install it on AWS. Let me open my AWS portal. Okay, AWS console. Okay. Yes, I love the enthusiasm. Let me just enter my console and I'll share my screen. If it works, I'm gonna just leave my server alone and let it be. Okay. So, okay, here's our AWS console. Console, sorry, not council. I'm not canceling anyone. Okay, so we're gonna use EC2. I can do that also on Azure virtual machines. They're kind of the same. So we're gonna go to instances and create one. It's still at 48%. So launch instance. My web server. Yeah, it's gonna be my web server actually. So my web server. Gonna go down and choose Ubuntu. Key pair. I'm not gonna use any kind of key pairs. So proceed without any key pair. We're gonna allow HTTP and HTTPS because, as we said, Apache works on HTTP. So we're gonna allow these, and then we're gonna launch our instance. So because I have told you that it's one of the most important things that Apache works on HTTP, we have to allow our virtual machine on AWS to accept HTTP traffic. Unless then it's not gonna work. So let's then open our virtual machine when it's running and check our virtual machine. It's at 50%. Okay, great, it's running. You can connect to it. Connect ECP connect using Ubuntu. Okay. Can you see my screen, guys? Can you see the virtual machine? Okay, great. Thank you, Zaid. Okay, great. So clear. Let's try by can we like make it a bit bigger? So let's sudo, no, not sudo. So let's try and ping Google. So ping google.com and see if we're connected to the internet. Okay, that's enough. So, okay, zero package loss. Great. So clear. Sudo apt update. Okay, so update all my stuff, please. Taking so long. My internet fast. Yes, we can. Great. Okay. So there's 10 packages that I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not gonna do it again. So let's try let's clear our screen and let's sudo apt install Apache 2. Oh, great. Yes. Please continue. It worked, guys. I'm so happy it worked. I think I'm gonna turn off my Ubuntu virtual machine. Okay. Okay, so great. So we have installed our first service for the day, which is great. Okay, now let's install MySQL. So clear, sudo apt install MySQL server, and then we're gonna do -y. I don't want to ask me if he wants to continue. Okay, then we're gonna install my PHP library. So I'm gonna take this, copy it because it's really long. It's the same, guys, by the way. I have told you, like doing it on cloud or doing it on a virtual machine on your own laptop, it's the same, quite literally. So okay, so clear. Now we're gonna install our PHP. So sudo apt install, and we're gonna paste the PHP. Oh, we have forgot to put -y. It's fine. Okay. So does anyone have any kind of question till now? We just installed Apache. I'm gonna write this in the chat. We have installed Apache, MySQL, and PHP on our virtual machine. And I'll send the code for if you want to do it with me. So copy. Here's the code, guys. Why did it send? That's fine. Okay, so after installing everything, we need to make sure that our system is running. So the command for that is sudo systemctl. This is ctl. Systemctl is service and daemon command. We're gonna take that later on. So we're just gonna check the status of Apache 2. It's active and running, which is which is great. Apache versus Nginx. Which one is good? Both of them are good. I have answered this at the beginning of the lecture. For me personally, I love using both. But I don't know. Like I don't see that there is a big difference. Like both of them are an open source software and they do an amazing job. So I love both Nginx and Apache. Okay, so let's check also sudo systemctl status MySQL server. Okay, so I'm gonna just put my SQL. Maybe it's gonna work. Yeah. Okay, so great. So MySQL is also active and running as well as my Apache. So MySQL and Apache are running. It's like Vim and Nano. Yeah, exactly. It's like Vim and Nano. So if we want to verify our PHP is installed, just write PHP -v, which is the version, and it's going to give us the version that we're working on. So also PHP is installed. That's great. So after installing these, we said we want to secure our MySQL installation. So sudo MySQL secure installation, copy and paste. And if we write enter, it's gonna ask for a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna just write any key for no. No, I don't want anything. I just wanted to skip. Okay, so skip everything so we don't have a headache in our security measures. But when you're doing that to a business, please don't do that. Don't skip security measures. It's really important. So then we're gonna put a password on our root. So let's say sudo MySQL -u. We're gonna do this command, paste. So we're gonna enter a password. I'm gonna enter a password as same as me because I don't want to forget it. Okay. So here, after we enter the password, it says MySQL and a bigger sign. So here, if you want to write any kind of Ubuntu command, it's not going to work because we're on a PHP terminal. So we have to write PHP scripts. This is why I wanted to teach you databases and how to write with SQL language, because it's kind of. But for our good luck, we have the script ready and ready to use. So I'm gonna just copy and paste this command. What have I done? No, I just want to copy this. Come on, dude. Okay, let me give uh I wanna like stop my virtual machine from working. Close it. Okay, so now I think yeah, it's much faster. Copy. It's fine. So create and then paste rest of the text. So, okay. So what have we done is we have created our database, which is called my database. Then we have created a user called dbuser at localhost. And then we identify it by the password, which is secure password 123 and exclamation mark. Please don't use that to open my database. I'm joking. Then we granted all permissions, and then we have flushed or reloaded the privileges. So exit, please. Okay, bye. Bye to you too. Don't buy me, my dude. Okay, after we've done and created the data, we will be creating a PHP script. Just give a moment for my laptop because it's gonna explode. Sorry, guys. So we went into nano HTML. So go into ls var and then it's HTML or www HTML. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna send the database command. There's a command missing, which is exit. So your camera isn't working, so it's fine. I'll just shut it down. So here's I don't know why it's writing in. So when you finish, write exit, and you're gonna just exit. Okay. I'm gonna reshare my screen, guys. Okay. So after we have created a database user, and we have gave it a password, if we go to var www.html, we're gonna see index.html. So cd var, and let's list what's inside of the var path. So we have here the www. So cd www. Okay, no command or directory. It's fine. Oh, sorry. 3 Ws. Okay, it's not entering. So let's go back. And let's go back also another step. So if we enter, if we want to put a script called testdb.php, we can do that inside of the cat or list, sorry, var www html, which is the Apache server. We're gonna have index of the HTML. So we're gonna put a nano script inside of it. And we have opened the PHP nanoscript. Okay, so what we have done, let me open my whiteboard again. What we have done is when we have created the okay, so here we have created the database. Let me change my color because I don't like this. So let's use red. Okay, or is this a pointer? So when we created the Apache server and we created the database, we only have now to connect them using PHP. So when we need to connect it using PHP, here we're gonna put a PHP file in the Apache server, which is here P. And this PHP file is gonna enable us to connect to the MySQL database. So this PHP file will be our gateway into connecting to MySQL database. So if we entered this, so this is a PHP code. Sorry. Let me just copy. Why do we need all this? We don't need all this. So copy and paste our PHP code. That's why I hate coding in PHP. So let me exit and I'll come back to it. So okay. So here we can see that database credentials, its localhost, DB user, and our database name. Here we're going to create a connection using a connection, new MySQL server name, password, and DB. And this to check the connect. If it's failed, and that's it. If it give us an error, so give it a die and give us connection die. If it also if it worked, so give us that we have successfully connected to our PHP script. So let's cat var www html testdb.php. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, so here we can see that we have started our PHP script, and this is enable error reporting, and this is our database credentials. This is what's important, and this is creating connections. This is what you commonly like these command. What is these code or blocks of code? These what enable you to connect to our database. These commands. Okay, so let's have a 2-minute break and recap everything. I need to discuss and recap everything. Let's go back. Okay, so first thing, we have updated our Ubuntu Terminal. Then we have installed both Apache server and MySQL server and a PHP library. After we did that, we have secured our installation. We have secured our installation and we have skipped all the security measures. Then we have created a password for the root of the user for MySQL database. So create a MySQL database and user, and then we're securing it. Then it's gonna show us a MySQL shell, and then we're gonna write MySQL script. So this is a MySQL script. This is not a bash script. Then we're gonna open a nano into our var www.html, which is an Apache server. And then we're gonna put in it a PHP script. So PHP, and it's gonna be this PHP. So for now, we can't do anything about, let's clear our screen. So for now, we can't do anything about it because if we ls -la var www.html html test db.php. I don't think. Oh, Wait, ls, yeah, sorry. Ls minus LA. var www.html test db dot php. Okay, so we're gonna see we don't have any kind of execute permission. So we're gonna fix that by giving it an execute permissions to do so by using this command. This, as we have discussed in user management, it's numeric mode, not symbolic mode. So 6 is, I think, gonna give us the ability to execute. So let's check it out. Mm. So let's maybe change the mood, or just let's keep it as it is. We can change it to all read, write, and execute, but I don't think that's a good security measure to do so. Okay, so let's see if our work have if we work. So let's try this. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be able to do that in here. So let's say ping paste. Hmm. So I think we need a way to open this using a GUI. If we're using the terminal, the GUI it's gonna open. So we need a way open a web browser. It's gonna show us that. So yeah, this is still locally hosted. So let me think of a command to do so. Use public IP in local host. So I don't think I have IP config. I don't think. Oh, sorry, IP config. No. Okay, so if config. Also, we have to stop a lot of stuff. So det finns sådana tools. It have worked on my GUI. Let me reopen my VMware and check if it have finished installing. Sudo apt install nettools. Here. I did not. Oh, I did that already. Sorry. Fconfig. Did anyone say anything? I'm sorry. Muhammad, your voice is not clear. I'm sorry. You're not audible. You're still not audible. I'm sorry. Can anyone hear him? I can't hear him. Mm. Even if I did, you have to open it on your web browser. This is gonna be on your web browser. Latest Apache 2. So it's active and it's running. Also, let's check my SQL. It's also active and running. So let me open a virtual machine. Okay, so we need to check how to do this. Yeah, even this cannot be. Let's take our public IP address. Yeah, it's not gonna connect. It's refusing to connect. Mm, okay, wait. I think I know the problem. So if I open this, I think I'm gonna have, yeah. Sorry, guys, by mistake. I have my security group is already open. I have access because, but the problem was when I was trying to open it, it was on HTTPS protocol. That's why I didn't open. But for me, it's the default page for Apache. When I have opened this, so let me reopen it. It's gonna give me an error, and that's like obvious because we're installing an Apache server, so we have to remove the S in HTTPS. SS. See? So now it's gonna open. It works, which is great. But that's not what we need actually, to be honest. I needed to show that it have successfully connected. So let me do that again. Let me check if I can install anything on my virtual machine. مستحيل. أنا طلعت stupid. Oh my god. Okay. So I want to show that it is connected. So maybe if we set this and then let me try and open it using, okay, so /test PHP. Let me try and do that. Give it this /copy. And let me give it this /test.php. Yeah, it worked. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So I updated. Okay. Thank you, Muhammad, for your debugging skills. Okay, guys. So if you're working on a virtual machine, you can use localhost. But if you're like me and using the cloud, you can take the public IP address and just add the /test PHP. If you remove that, we're just gonna have the PHP server. And if we add the test.php, testdb.php is gonna give us that it is connected successfully. Why is it giving us this message? Because based on our so based on if we cat what's inside of var www html testdb.php, we're gonna see if it connected, give me connected successfully. So that's why it's showing us a connected successfully message. Yeah. I can give you the link, guys, if you wanna try and open it. So let me give you the link. Try and open. Oh, sorry. Tell me if it opens with you. Did it open? There is a heart from Sabine, yes. Did it give you connected successfully? I'm so proud of my work. I'm joking. Okay, well, that's great. Did not embarrass us like virtual machine. I think, like, guys, come on. Which is faster, a cloud or using a virtual machine in your own laptop? Of course, cloud. Come on. Yeah, like we did that in a matter of, yeah, connected successfully cloud. I do agree. I do agree, though. We're gonna redo that using an EC2 instance later on. Okay, clear. So, I still prefer the house. Come on, my laptop is like it's gonna explode at any moment because I'm using VMware. Okay, so after we have used a virtual machine using the cloud, then we have installed our Apache and installed our MySQL database, a quick recap, and everything. So after we installed Apache, MySQL, and PHP libraries, we have connected and secured our connections. We have created a password root, and we have entered a MySQL shell script, which creates a database, creates a user, and grants it all privileges and reload those privileges. And then we write exit so we can leave the SQL shell. Then we have entered var HTML, www HTML. This file is for Apache server. So when you install Apache server, this path is specific to Apache server. So we're gonna enter a nanotext script for a PHP script, and we're gonna change the mode for it. Mode, sorry. And then we're gonna enter this script, which is a database connection script. This is PHP, a backend language server. And then we're gonna navigate to, if you're using a virtual machine, you can use localhost, but if you're like me and you're using an EC2 instance on AWS, you can either open it, but please make sure that it's gonna give you an error when you open it. So please make sure it's HTTP, not HTTPS. It's gonna give you the Apache Apache default page. And if you enter the path of test PHP, it's gonna give you that it has connected successfully. And that's it. So a few tips if you had any kind of problems. As we said, if you want to verify the PHP installation, you can write PHP -v. And if you're having any kind of problems with Apache, you can restart it using this command, which is sudo systemctl restart Apache 2. This is like additional tips you can use. And now we want to remove the things we have done. So after we finished everything, we want to remove it. So we want to remove all the dependencies and everything. I think this is what have, yeah, I think here, this is what did the problem when we removed the log, but it's fine. So we're gonna stop sudo. Come on, Madhu. Sudo. Yeah. It's okay, let me close this and reconnect to it. Okay, so clear. Now sudo systemctl stop Apache 2. It's gonna stop it. So now if we check the status of sudo systemctl status Apache 2, it's gonna give us that it is loaded and it's an active dead. because 11 seconds ago. Yes. So now we're gonna remove um, any folders and files that are related to Apache. So let's do this. Paste. Yes, I want to continue, please. Okay, I'm not gonna use the last command. I think this is what did the problem in my virtual machine. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. 100 problems and the one solution is sudo. I totally agree with that. I'm not gonna remove the files because I'm kind of scared of doing so. I'm joking. I'm not scared. I can do it. Okay, so as well as oh wait, Chrome is not responding. Sudo system ctl stop MySQL. Is it MySQL server or just MySQL? Okay, just MySQL. So if we checked the status systemctl status MySQL, we're gonna see that it is also inactive and dead, which is what we need. See, server shutdown complete. Here. Now we're gonna remove any kind of files that are related to. So we're gonna remove any kind of files that are related to MySQL. Yes, please continue. Remove everything. I don't need you anymore. And then we're gonna remove any libraries also dependency for MySQL. Paste. And then we're gonna remove my PHP. This is optional. You can do that, and if you want to, I'm gonna do it. I don't need my I don't need my virtual machine anymore. So paste. It's removing everything. Paste. Let's remove this also. We're gonna remove everything. Yes, let's remove everything. This space will be freed. Well, that's great. Okay. And paste this command. So it's gonna remove everything. Then we're gonna, after we removed everything, so let's write PHP minus v. It's gonna give us command not found because we don't have any kind of PHP. We don't have also Apache. So if we said sudo system ctl status Apache 2, it's not gonna give us anything because it could not be found. So we removed everything. Just delete the instance and that's it. Yeah, I can do that, but when you're working on a virtual machine, you can just you can delete the virtual machine, but I don't think it's the the best way to do it. So sudo apt update. Now it's gonna re-update everything and we're gonna clean up. So get auto remove to remove anything that we don't need. So sudo apt auto remove. Yes. Remove anything we don't need. And then auto clean, I guess, yeah. Sudo apt auto clean. So here we have cleaned. We have uh, we have fixed our virtual machine, and now we have finished everything. So we're gonna stop our instance. So we're gonna go to actions, or sorry, instance state, and terminate our instance because we don't need it anymore. Thank you for your service. I think cloud's much faster than the rest. So let me just share my screen and go to Q&A session. Okay, guys. So, what we have learned today, I'm hoping my virtual machine also have finished the update. One, work, please. Okay. So, for me, I personally prefer using the cloud because, as I said, it's much easier and much lighter on the device. As you have seen, my device was going through hell using virtual machine or VMware, but on the cloud, it's just gonna take a few seconds. By the way, it's still on 90%. It's still 91%. Still updating, but it's fine. Um, so guys, what do you think of today's session? Let me stop recording so we can talk a little bit. And thank you all for joining, by the way. Yeah.